What if I asked you, is Virat Kohli the greatest villain of cricket or the greatest hero of cricket? The answer seems obvious, right? But is it? Okay, let's rewind a bit. You need to understand that when Virat was playing cricket in 2008, the Indian team was going through a transformation. Older players were on the way out. And back then, the Indian team was known for being somewhat reserved, respectful, and wouldn't really fight with anyone. Meanwhile, their opponents were the English and Australians who would constantly sledge and chirp away at you. They wanted to get into your face and bully you. Even though Indians weren't getting into a lot of fights and being aggressive, barring some occasions, they let their bat do the talking. And boy did their bats do a lot of talking.
Oh, he's hit that for six. Oh, it's a beauty. It's out the ground. Sachin Tendulkar has hooked Caddick out of Kingsmead. It's in the car park. What a shot.
Like that. And again, straight down the ground. Every Indian in the stadium on their feet. What a shot.
What a shot. Oh. Wonderful! 200 thumbs up.
Sitting at home, make sure you get that on your videotape. It's worth looking at forevermore.
So where does Virat Kohli fit into all this? When he captained and won the Under-19 World Cup, under his leadership, the Under-19 squad didn't just win, they did it with style, passion, and fire. Kohli's attitude was contagious, and one thing was clear for the world: don't mess with him or his team. Although Kohli wasn't scoring runs at the start of his international career, it wasn't just about the runs he scored, it was his energy that changed the game. Kohli approached every ball with high intensity, regardless of the situation. He played with passion, making sure his presence was felt in every moment. The infusion of Kohli's energy was exactly what the Indian cricket team needed: a bold, new identity. Okay, but how is Virat Kohli the greatest villain? See, when Kohli took on the captain's role, his aggression found a new platform. He was unstoppable now. His opponents weren't just facing the best cricketer in the world at the time, but also facing off against this force of nature that he was. They felt the intensity of his presence every ball. See, a lot of players were unsettled by his in-your-face attitude. They hated him for it. They didn't like his aggression, and many even called it obnoxious. But make no mistake, this is what Kohli has always wanted. He has finally made the Indians stand up to the bullies.
Take any kind of stuff from anyone, and we are international cricketers as well, so we're not coming to participate, and they should know that, and we need to let them know that, be it in any way, by talking and by performing.
Remember the time when Ollie Robinson was picking fights with KL Rahul and Bumrah? So when Ollie Robinson came to bat, Virat Kohli kept sledging him every ball. This is what makes anyone dislike playing against him, because if you mess with his team, he will come at you with everything he has got. So to question if Kohli is the hero, we need to understand that his impact doesn't just stop at him scoring loads of runs and bringing a new identity to the Indian team. He inspired the new generation of players to be like him. Look at what inspired Siraj. He always wanted to embrace Kohli's legacy and taking on the fearless approach. Without Kohli, we don't get these new generation of players. Suddenly, the Indian cricket team wasn't just a group of talented individuals, it was a united force that wasn't afraid to stand up, to fight back, and to challenge anyone.
Going over the top or crossing the line as far as the verbal battles are concerned, but the people writing or saying things about it are not present out there in the middle when that happens. So I know what's being said, and I know the reason why things are being said back. We are not here to back down from any sort of confrontation or any sort of battles.
See, now that Virat Kohli is a captain, he's now a master of influence. No one, and I mean no one in the history of cricket, can make a crowd go wild like Kohli can. His energy was infectious. As he pumped up the crowd, they got super excited. The stadium felt like a massive party where everyone was cheering their hearts out. And his opponents, well, they hated it. He always had full control of the crowd, and whether it was a home game or an away game, Kohli made sure the atmosphere was electric, charged with passion and intensity. And more importantly, he always made sure the stadium felt like hell for his opponents. Places like England and Australia had more Indian fans than their own. There was no home team advantage for them. Kohli transformed the Indian fans into being his 12th man. If there is a boring phase in a test match, he's always there to give his team the energy boost they need and will always use the crowd for his advantage. So now, the question is Kohli a villain or a hero? Well, the answer is he's a mix of both. Some people might see his intense attitude as a villain character because Kohli didn't shy away from being in your face, and he always played with so much passion that upset a lot of people and made him very intimidating to play against. But remember, it's all about perspective. While some might call him a villain for his fierce approach, others see him as a game changer, a hero who brought a new energy to cricket. He's the greatest hero of Indian cricket and responsible for uniting all of India and making them realize they have the power within them to stand up against anyone. It wasn't just about cricket anymore. It was about every person like you and me realizing you don't have to compare yourself to anyone and that you're enough. He made you, your mom, and your dad realize that it's okay to show passion for what you love and embrace everyone for their uniqueness. And that for me is what makes him the greatest hero of cricket. King Kohli.
Guys, this is definitely the real Virat Kohli speaking. If you are a real fan of me and enjoyed the video, then please subscribe and like the video. If you don't subscribe, I will not score 100 in the World Cup this year. And now go watch Kev's last video about ranking cricket movies. Love you all.